everybody, and welcome back to my channel for this Wednesday morning, afternoon or evening across the world where you may be at. And today I want to do a video about autism being my superpower. Yes, I'm going to put a declaration in this video now. I know not everybody on the autism spectrum calls their autism a superpower. I don't want to disrespect anybody in the autism community or the disability community saying, oh, Gemma, you know, it's not a superpower for me, I don't agree with you. So basically I'm going to say right now is this is my own personal independent opinion, how I see my autism. I know some people don't agree that autism is a superpower. I know quite a lot of people are against it. So for the sake of not causing any upset or disagreement, this is my own independent personal opinion on how I see my autism. And this topic was inspired by my local learning disability and autism liaison nurse at my local hospital after doing a talk on a Teams call on Monday, and I felt really inspired by him, what he was saying, and he asked me why I call my autism a superpower. So I thought instead of just explaining it on a Teams call, I would turn this into a video topic because I think it's important to talk about and to explain why I call my autism a superpower. So there's two parts to this. So the first part is getting used to my autism diagnosis. You know, it's been quite a while now. It's been nearly 14 years since I was diagnosed. So I've had a lot to learn about autism, what it is, what the spectrum is, what it means for me on an own personal independent basis. For me, I've really adjusted to it and got to really love my autism. I've got to really understand me, my behaviours, my traits, my communication, how sometimes, yes, I may struggle with my autism. There's days where it makes me feel exhausted. There can be days where I feel literally lethargic and don't want to do anything, and sensory overwhelmed and anxiety overwhelmed. But at the same time, I love my autism for the basis that it makes me very, 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 very creative. It makes me see out of the box, because a lot of the people who are neurotypical, which means non-disabled or non-neurodivergent, see things differently from me. So I see things in a lot of a colourful way. I see things in a different way where situations may be able to be solved in a more productive, logical approach, whereas the neurotypical, non-neurodiverse population may think, oh, well, I'll just give up. I'm not going to bother trying to solve that issue. That can wait. Like, it doesn't matter. When actually, yes, it does. So the autistic brain works differently. We have A, B, and C to every situation. So A is what the problem is, B is how we're going to fix it, and then C is how we're going to solve it. So there's a logic for each and every explanation, each situation that you put yourself into, or that you experience as part of your work, or personal life, or family life, or life with friends. You know, so I want to talk about it. So that's the first part of how I see my autism as a superpower. The second part is it helps me to be creative with my video topics. My poetry is another avenue. It helps me to explain my emotions in a more safe, factual context. I have this channel to explain my journey, my emotions, my thoughts, my feelings, my opinions on topics that come up within the autism disability community, and that's why my autism makes it superpower, because I'm able to explain how I feel about things, how I experience things, how I feel about certain topics that are brought to my attention, whether it's autism political issues or autism disability political issues or local community issues that I feel I need to discuss here on the channel. So it gives me a creative outlet to express my thoughts, my opinions, my afterthoughts on situations. It gives me time to think and to feel. So that's why I like to call my autism a superpower, because it gives me a different way of thinking, feeling, portraying the world, seeing the world. And the fact that I see everybody as a good person, whether that's to my detriment, but I like to think that people are good unless they give me reasons to prove otherwise. But I like to see the world as a good place. I like to see people as a good person, and that's what my autism does. It helps me to see people for who they are and to give them a chance and to help support them and believe in them. But at the same time, I am someone that is all about logic, justice, order, fairness. I like the world to be in the right place. I like people to, you know, have the right things happen for them and to them. And I'm someone that likes to see the world working in its right place, in its right space. And I like true crime stuff, so I'm very much about seeing the world. If people do things wrong, then they get the help, support, or if they need a criminal sentence, then they get that. But my autism, again, is very much about that logic, that order, that justice, that fairness, about seeing the world in its right place, time and space. So that's another reason why I love my autism, because it gives me a place to be my authentic, true autistic self. And it helps me to educate others. It helps me to give me a story, a journey, a place in the world. Not that I often understand where my place is in this world. I often struggle to comprehend it, but I think for me, it's learnt me to help me be truly my authentic autistic self. It's helped me to be the person that trains people, advocates for myself, advocates for other autistic people who may not be able to speak up for themselves, and giving them a platform, giving them a voice, giving them a say in all matters of autism and disability that happen for our community, or that are often brought up in political issues that need to be addressed. So that's another reason why I love being autistic and see it as my superpower, because it gives me the strength to be on BBC Radio. For a lot of you who are in the Canada and US and elsewhere in the world that support me, BBC Radio is basically the British Broadcasting Company, aka the BBC. They are our largest radio network here in the UK. I've been doing a lot of advocacy and campaigning work with the BBC here in my locality where I'm from, and I've managed to get up a really, really good reputation and friendship with the local DJ called John Wright, who has been supporting me for, I think 9 years coming up now, nearly 10 years. So yeah, I've known him for quite a while, and he is another avenue that I use to get my story, my experiences out. I've done a lot of podcasts with him talking about all different matters of autism, whether that's Halloween, Christmas, Easter, about how to talk about grief, how to talk about different situations that I've gone through as an autistic woman in my life so far. And I think that's important to have that avenue as another option, because radio is such a powerful, influencing decision. It's such a authoritarian platform. It's a way to get my thoughts, my feelings out there. It's a way to get understood and respected and valued, and radio is so powerful because you never know who is listening on the other end of the radio system. And it's really interesting to see how many people I can reach in different avenues that I use. So whether it's radio, my Facebook, my Instagram, this YouTube channel, and that's what makes my autism a superpower. It's something that I'm extremely proud of. It's something that I'm extremely used to being on social media. I love the fact that my autism makes me extremely creative across all different platforms. I've gained many different friends, relationships, colleagues. Again, working in the local mental health adult autism diagnostic service, and obviously volunteering for the local Ipswich Hospital with my learning disability and autism liaison nurse Roger Blake. I've been working in between both of them mental health facilities for quite some time, and again it gives me different ways of meeting people, improving my communication strategies, improving my general ways to make friends and to process my thoughts, feelings, my life experiences in a way that's safe and I know is going to be understood and respected and used to the best of my ability. And I think that's also what makes my autism a superpower, because I'm able to effectively speak up for myself and have that trust, respect and boundaries within the hospital setting, the mental health setting. And I think that helps me to get a better aspect of who I am on my journey, learning to be my truly authentic autistic self. And I've learned a lot about myself over the 14 years now I've been diagnosed. I've learned a lot better how to care for myself, to take breaks, to help advocate with my family, to help support me. And I've learned a lot of life lessons, and I'm still learning. I'm not saying I'm done learning, no I'm not, but my autism is my strength, it is my superpower. It's something I'm extremely proud of. It's something that I've adjusted to. It's something that I am really respecting me for being different. I love being a neurodivergent woman. I love the fact that I see the world in a completely different way from everybody else. I love the fact that my autism helps me to make new friends. It helps me to give me more platform space. It helps me to share my life, my story with people. It helps me to be somebody who I want to be, who I'm trying to be, the better person, the stronger person, the more confident person. And I'm proud of that. I've come a long way in 14 years. I'm not saying it's been easy. No, I'm not. But it's really helped me to be more my authentic self and I'm not going to change that. I love being autistic. I'm proud of being autistic. I'm proud of being neurodivergent. I'm proud of being on the autism spectrum, because that's me. That's my life. That's my story. That's my journey. That's who I am. That's who I'm going to be. And I hope this educates, inspires somebody who may be on the autism spectrum, or who may be self-identifying as being on the autism spectrum. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I would really, really appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.